The following presentation is for mature audiences only.
Who are you?
He's a fine man.
All hell is broken loose.
He's a great broadcaster.
He's a very powerful guy. Absolutely brilliant.
Feared by men, adored by women.
He's a smart boy.
It's patriotic.
It's no big deal.
It's the end of the world. I might as well tell you now. He's a monkey.
And how you doing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and ghouls, children of all ages? Welcome into a Halloween edition of the Wyldeside with Eric Clark. I am your host, Eric Clark, saying thank you for taking time out of your busy day being awesome to give my little video a watch and a listen. If you like it, like it. If you think other people are going to dig it, give it a share. Make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel and following me on any and all the social media I have linked down below. That way, if there's a band, song, video, something you'd like me to check out, hit me up with a DM or leave it in the comments. If you are going to hit me with a DM, please no spamming. And if you are going to leave it in the comments, join the I Concur Army. It's real easy. It's worldwide and growing. And we will have some I Concur merch coming in the future. All you have to do to join the I Concur Army is give the comments a cursory glance. If you see that your suggestion's already been made, all you have to do is like that original comment and below reply with I Concur. That'll help my old burnout resin-coated DJ brain get everything into a nice list, and I can put it in the handy dandy notebook. We're also live streaming 2 times a week, Wednesdays 11 a.m., Saturdays 2 p.m., 2 hours of fun and frivolity, another opportunity for you to be directed to how to get your suggestions to me. If you'd like to become a Patreon and help the channel grow, everything is linked down below. Before we get started, thank you to Connect 200 Music to See and Aunt Betty's Nut Butter. Today's video suggestion is coming from Facebook. They said, hey man, you've been doing some Battle Beast. Check out this live performance of NOORA LOUHIMO doing Metallica. So today it is a live event, I believe, for Ukraine, and NOORA LOUHIMO doing Nothing Else Matters live. Let's check it out on the Wyldeside.
So close, another born. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are, and nothing else matters. I never opened myself this way. Life is ours, we live it our way. All these words I don't just say, and nothing else matters. Trust I seek and I find in you, every day for us something new. Open mind for a different view, and nothing else matters. I never care for what they do. I never care for what they know. But I know so close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are, and nothing else matters. couldn't be much more from the heart, forever trusting who we are. No, nothing else matters.
Brilliant. What a brilliant homage to a brilliant composition. I say composition because Nothing Else Matters is more than a song. And that is NOORA LOUHIMO for the, I believe, again, fill me in with everything I need to know down below. That is the Concert for Ukraine performance of Metallica's Nothing Else Matters. In the fall of 1991, many people have written books about it. I believe it will be studied for years to come. In perpetuity, I believe the fall of 91 was massive in the world of rock and roll, and it gave us the Black Album, the Metallica Black Album. What makes Nothing Else Matters such an iconic composition is because it is structured and layered perfectly. Perfectly in so much as, when delivered by Metallica, it contains this conflict of color and tone on your palette. So it's a universal track. It hits all of the melodies and all of the tones and all of the keys that are appealing to you, but not in the way that you're used to. The song is very shaded. It's very, it's not depressing. There's a finality, there's a hopeful finality to it, if that makes any sense. I've been trying to describe this track to people for many years. It is as universal as it is malleable. And yet every time you take it on, by simply changing one or two of those perfect layers that have been created for you, you can add your own flavor to that color spectrum while still keeping an honesty and an integrity to the original. And that's what makes it such a great homage. Her voice, NOORA's voice, I've said this before in previous performances of hers, she has that really good raspy depth that almost belies the power and control that goes in behind it. So I'm listening to her hit those massive notes, and she's able to go from almost a balladeer vocal straight into, in the same breath almost, into a nice, smooth, thick, rich color spectrum. And even though the universality of the track is touching on parts of you that would normally create a darker, more foreboding tones, even though they are creating that, even though these layers are creating that, not negativity, but a darker colors, the darker tones of greens, the darker browns, the darker blues, the thick yellows. Those are the heavier colors in the spectrum when creating tone in my head. Yet, there's a connection that you make to the track that adds the brightness all around, so it makes the track more digestible and more relatable. So that's why you can hear so many different takes on the track, and as long as they stay true to the foundational tones and layers of that composition, no matter what they do to that track, it's still going to hold the integrity of the original. I liken it to a song like Booker T and the MG's Green Onions. That's a song that you can change the tempo, you can change the key, you can change a lot of stuff about it. It's still going to be a great track, but those slight changes add a different light to the color spectrum, and that's what makes the song so impactful. And when you're able to pay homage to that track with a vocalist like NOORA, who's able to control that danger zone so well, so when she is going from those demure, more muted notes into those heavier, more forceful pushes of air through that danger zone, she never relies on the throat. She's always coming from her core, and she's allowing her mouth to shape all of those sounds, so her scream never becomes a screech. There's no rattling in her vocals. And when you're listening to someone who is, I've heard comparisons, her vocal sound is similar to that of a Janis Joplin, of Grace Slick. And yet when you go back and listen to them, you say, yeah, they've got this gravelly, it's like a dirty chord. Not dirty in the way you're assuming, but dirty in the tone. It's got rough edges. But a good vocalist like NOORA can take that dirty tone and create a smoothness around it by implementing a thickness to that color. So she's able to create that nice, thick, rich tone, and never once does it rattle anything. So nothing's rattling in your ear. The drum skin in your ear isn't being beaten on too heavy, because she knows how to control. She knows how to control those vocals. And when you're singing a song like Nothing Else Matters, it is an emotional song. It can be. It should be. It is a very emotional composition. When you're singing that, and when you're a singer like NOORA, you turn yourself over to it, and you allow those emotions to help shape the strength and the pattern of what you're singing. And her control of that is really something to be admired, without a doubt, because again, she's taking this, she could drop right into a great blues track and couldn't miss a beat. And yet when she flows right into those powerful, heavy, sustained notes, there's clarity to it. On top of that, going live, and you can hear right at the beginning, a couple of those notes, you could hear how live that was. Okay, so there's no hiding here on this stage with this microphone. There's no compensation that you can do in the moment. And when you hear her go into those long, sustained, controlled notes, it's seamless. So it doesn't create any sharpness to the edges anymore. So what used to look like a sawtooth now becomes this perfectly smoothed out bright light that almost counterbalances what is being established through the foundational tones of the song. So really well done in that contrast, and very well done in the control. There's differences, I know that people do covers because they're opportunities to, I don't want to say ride the coattail, clout chase, or whatever you want to call it, but you can tell that this is something that is an emotional connection for her to sing. So this is an homage, very well done, great homage to a song that I think will be iconic in 100 years. So again, you get nervous when you see people doing it, but then when you see someone pull it off like NOORA LOUHIMO just did, I almost said Laura, I did say Laura, NOORA LOUHIMO, that's when you go, okay, that's how it's done. Okay, that's how you do a good homage to a song, a composition as great as Nothing Else Matters. So thank you very much to my Facebook friend for that suggestion. If you have a suggestion for a band, video, something you want me to check out, hit me up with a DM or leave it in the comments below. You can also join us during the live stream every Wednesday at 11 a.m. and Saturdays 2 p.m. respectively. Don't forget, hit any of and all of those links down below. Become a supporter of the channel and help the channel grow. Again, thank you to Connect 200 Music to See and Aunt Betty's Nut Butter, and thank you to all of you for taking time out of your busy day being scary creatures on this Halloween to give my video a watch and a listen. Make sure you're looking out for each other. Make sure you're looking out for your neighbor. Try to do at least one good thing a day. I am Eric Clark, and this is The Wyldeside.